Yes.
So, my name is Juliano. I'm 21. I'm a science and technology student. Um, I work as intern in IT area. I really like to reading, watching series, movies, and a lot of other stuff. And for me, be fluent mean maybe the capacity to understand the language when different people with different accents speak the same language that you know. I think that's it. And you need maybe understand, 80%, 80%, 19%, something like that. For example, here in Talk, I can talk in English, I can understand a lot, but sometimes when I'm watching some video in English or movie or series, I can't understand. I have trouble to understand. So I'm not fluent yet, because some kind of content that I watch, I understand almost nothing. So, I really need improve more. So I think when someone is fluent, this person don't have this kind of trouble, because he understand a lot of things, a lot of accents, a lot of different subjects. So to me, be fluent, that's it.
Wow. What a hard level of influence. Yeah, I think this is one of the hardest level of influence to accomplish because if if we think a little bit, even in Portuguese, it's hard sometimes understand all the uh, I forgot the word. Uh,
Accents.
thanks. All the accents. We are not. We do not use it to listen all the accents every day. We do not have a contact with them every day. So sometimes someone speaks with me really hard, really fast here, and I what? So I think that this is one really high level of influence, Juliano. And what about you, Malcolm? Please introduce yourself. And what does being fluent in a language really mean?
Well, just a comment about this topic. This day I watched a video about that even the native speakers, English speakers, they have a trouble to understand each other, when they are watch some videos, and the most of them needs to use subtitles, you know. So yeah, in my opinion, we don't need to understand everything, We don't need to know everything or talk about every kind of context, you know. But we need to be flexible and you can ask, we can, in a conversation, you have doubts, we have questions, and we can solve this issue, during the talk. Like you said, even in Portuguese, there are a lot of words that we don't know because, we are we are in a part of the country that we use some oh my gosh, I forgot the word that you we use it to say gírias,
Explain.
slangs, yeah. And if we travel to I don't know, to the north of the country, there are a lot of words that sometimes it's not a slang, but they use it to to use some kinds of um, similar words, to reference to an action or an object, you know. And anyway, guys, just a comment. Let me introduce myself. So hello guys, my name is Elton. I'm 32 years old. I've been working as a software developer. Currently, I'm working at Magalu Cloud. We focus on web development and the Python. You know, it's my main tool. So I like to say that I'm a Python developer. What else? I'm a guy that currently I'm in front of a community here in São Paulo. Uh, we call Group ISP. You know, I'm trying to bring some events to the beginners, to some professionals as well, just to to help the community, you know. I like to do this kind of thing. I really believe that it helped me a lot when I was a beginner, and we can create a lot of friendship, create a good network, and learn together, you know, and a lot. I'm a host here as well. I'm here to improve my English. I'm here to improve my communication at all, you know. Nowadays, I don't know if I'm here because I'm worried with my English, you know. I'm here because I like the community here as well, you know. We have amazing guys here. I like to be here, you know, just to talk. Here we have some talks that we don't have in our real life, you know. Even with friends, there are some topics that, it can be hard to talk with your friends, you know. Sometimes I like to say that it's like a therapy, you know. We can choose a topic and we come and we talk about it. Yeah, let me jump to the question. Uh, I don't know. I really believe that fluent for me is when you can understand and be understandable, you know. Um, I've seen a lot some guys saying about it, you know, and we don't need to have a perfect English, you know. I don't have a perfect Portuguese. I have sometimes I'm write something, I need to search a lot, you know, because I have some doubts about the words. Because sometimes we don't use some words all the time, you know, and I really believe that it can be common that we forgot. Yeah, and we need to try, you know. We need to go there and just do it. That's it, guys.
Yes. And it's really interesting what you said because once I read that we need to understand around 80, 90% of the vocabulary of the conversation to understand the meaning of that. So we do not need to understand uh, everything. We need to understand the main points of a conversation of some vocabulary, and we can have a conversation with no problem. So it's an important thing to have in mind.
Yeah, sometimes we understand something because of the context, you know, because sometimes we don't understand some words, but we don't ask, oh man, what what was the word that you just say or just said, you know, and we just follow the conversation and we get the context.
Yes, and today, when I do not understand something, I feel more confident to ask, how can I say this, or what is the name of something? For example, I was living in Montreal last year, and I had no idea about the name of the heater machine. So I was talking with the landlord, and I was I had a problem with this machine. What is the name of this place? So it was it was really interesting because if it happened some years ago, I was I, I'm sure that I would feel really shy or nervous or would pretend that everything was okay. But now I feel more confident to ask something. And I think this is one interesting thing about the fluency. When we start to talk, we feel more confident, even to ask when we don't know anything, something. Do you have this impression, Juliano, that today you feel more comfortable, confident to ask for help when you don't know something?
I think I have this confidence, but like what I said, I think a lot of times when I talk in a conversation in English, there are some moments that I don't understand something, but I just try sometimes search, on Google or GPT or any other kind of thing, to know more about this word, or I just try understand about the context, So this is what I used to do. I usually do. So, but yes, I have the confidence to talk, but I usually don't do it. I don't know. I don't know why. I think we even don't do it often in Portuguese. We just keep. So I think maybe it's because in Portuguese we don't do it. So I do the same thing in English, because I am used to this kind of situation. But I try, do a research after to know more. But in that moment, I don't ask for the meaning of the word. I think that's it because in Portuguese I don't do it, so I have this, habit. So I do the same thing in English.
Okay, I think about one other thing, but I will ask to Elton. How do you feel, Elton, when you ask for help in English or when you don't know a vocabulary, for example?
Nowadays, I don't have problem with that. And I I built this confidence here, I think, because here we like to say that we are not here to correct anyone. We are free to make mistakes. And I got confidence here on the platform. Uh, Sometimes I like to ask you when I don't understand something, when I have some doubts. And I changed my vision about fluence. For me before, I had the vision that for be a fluent in something, you needed to be a master. You needed it to be someone that you know uh, I've seen some videos about Americans. And that is a channel that a man asked for some sentence. Sometimes it is simple sentence. And the most of them uh, don't know how to answer. And we I know we can't compare ourselves with them, but we don't need to have a perfect English. We just need to ask you just whatever thing in our life. We need to give the chance to make some mistakes.
Yes, and of course, it's totally impossible to understand Adele or Cardi B, for example. So, yeah, I feel really nervous when I watch it, interview from Adele or Cardi B, Cardi B, for example, because it's seems that I don't know anything. uh, oh, you said you use it to search new vocabulary, but what do you do to to keep in touch with this vocabulary that you search? Because if you do not in contact, keep in touch with them, we will forget.
Yeah, I, yeah, I totally agree with you. But what I usually do is I really like flashcards. I don't know if you know what is that. I it's a way, to remember about the words, about the phrases, about a lot of subjects in general, So I like to use this strategy to remember, But I don't put all the things on my flashcards. So some words I forgot because I don't put there. But a lot of things that I learn new, I put there. And I keep practicing, practicing, practicing. And this is the way that I really like to do to never forget. I usually do it, and I think it works a lot for me. And so I do it, and I usually go to the immersion here to try use the vocabulary that I learned. So I do this mix. So I learned something new, put in my flashcards, and after I go to the immersion and try use the words that I learned, you know, until it become, natural, something like that. And sometimes depends on the word. Some words take, a time to really become something uh easy to talk because a lot of times I know the word but I forget to talk, because I'm not used to yet. But one day the words comes to my mind and it becomes very, very natural. That's it.
Jesus Christ. For the same problem in French. I'm studying French right now, guys, and uh, I do not use flashcards as Juliana, but I like uh, to create like a word uh, and put many phrases, not a lot, just a sentence, but a couple of sentences that have a meaning together. And sometimes I put it, I practice, and when I needed to talk, Jesus, it doesn't come. Yeah, I totally understand the Juliana because problem. What about you, Welton? What do you do to acquire new vocabulary?
Um, I don't know. I believe that Duolingo helped me a lot, because I agree with you about flashcards, and I really believe that when you have some kind of repetition, it can help you to really know the word, the sentence. But like I forgot a lot of words, a lot of sentences when I'm here, when I am under pressure, And after some immersions, I remember a lot of things, and oh my gosh, now I know how I could say that better, and I have these problems as well. Um, I tried also to use Anki, flashcards, but I always forgot. Uh, I like Duolingo because, I'm trying to keep my streak there, and I believe that just that can help me to back there, to use the application every day because I always forgot. I have this problem. But I would like to have the the concepts, to use some kind of flashcard or even write down in a paper and review, you know, uh, in some days or something like that. But I don't know, guys. I really believe that I know better. I can really remember the word when I use, when I can practice like here, some topics that we bring a lot of times. I believe that I can learn more some words related with that topic, because we are using more than 11, and we can really learn some specific terms, But yeah, I believe that when I use here, I can learn better in practice.
Yes. And uh, Elton, have you ever had a situation, as you said, um, um, not a hard, but you felt pressure? Um, I think I'm not sure if was this word that you
Under
use.
pressure?
Yes, have you ever had a situation that you felt under pressure in English? Because last year, for example, I went to New York and I just went to, I was ordering my breakfast in a bakery. And Jesus Christ, they ask everything. What kind of bread do you want? What kind of milk do you want? What kind of, if it's hot or cold? And Jesus, it was terrible.
You just wanted an hamburger and a combi. I don't know if the word is combi, but the the attendant asked everything about your order. Yeah, I believe that here when I am as a host, I have a lot of moments under pressure and not like you in a in person moment. But I really believe that if you one day uh, I need to speak with someone, to someone in English, maybe it can be a hard moment for me. I don't know what will be my reaction, but one day I need to try that. I'm thinking about try to participate in some in-person meetup, in English. I know that here in São Paulo we have some, and I would like to try that.
Interesting. Yes, and Endo. I think you know Endo. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Uh, yes, last year, I guess, last year I was talking with Endo well, and Wendell was doing a research with a person from another country, and she was with us. And we needed to speak in English every time. So it was really interesting because it was a really funny conversation with a person who did not understand Portuguese. So we did not have other other choice. We needed to talk in English.
Yeah, it push yourself to speak in English. By the way, some years ago, I needed to speak to a the man he was from Israel. I don't know how can I say that in English. But there they have English with a second language, and I needed to give her direction to find a place, and I needed to ask some things, and yeah, I went well. Some things I needed to use the Google Translator, but it was good.
Great. And what about you, Juliana? Have you ever had a situation that you felt under pressure talking in English?
Yes, I think the only that I have until now, I think was my first immersion here in Talk and Talk, you know. I remember because I didn't speak anything at that time, and I came to the immersion, and I remember that I was feeling very anxious, you know, a lot of bad thoughts in my mind, you know, in that time, because I don't know, you know, it was my first time, so I was very anxious to do this kind of thing, you know. So I think it was the only experience that I had until now, you know. But I feel like I gonna have more, you know. For example, when I one day when I talk with to any people that, you know, just can speak English with me because is, you know, your second language or something like that. I think I gonna, you know, I don't know, freeze, I think, you know. Because it's different, you know. Is a situation totally different, but it's totally normal, you know. But I don't know why it happens with our body. But probably I gonna freeze when this day happen.
Yeah, I truly believe that's not because you put in practice uh, frequently here. So I think that it will become kind of natural speaking English. And I
He,
really want to know how are you feeling right now? You said that you spend a time without speaking English.
can you repeat again, please? The
Uh, how how are you feeling right now speaking English again?
oh, I think I think nowadays I work it out my fear, you know, and my anxiety because I don't feel bad more, you know. I just can't speak. You know, I know it's not the same thing if I was talking in Portuguese, you know, but I can talk without fear, you know. So for me, this is amazing. I can talk here, uh, and I will not freeze it because for me it's something very natural, you know. I think now it's totally normal to me. I can speak, I can talk about different subjects here on Talk Talk. And for me, this is truly normal. You know, I think I worked out this kind of feeling that I used to feel in the past. And I think I could do it because I practice a lot, you know, going to the immersion, you know, almost every day. Now I don't have time to go every day, but I remember uh 1 month ago I used to go to the immersion every day, 10 hours a week, you know. So I think that's is the key is that, you know, practice. That's the reason that nowadays I don't have this kind of bad feeling because I practice a lot.
Great, Juliana. And what about you, Elton? Have you ever had a break in English, and how was to return?
Well, sometimes when I don't know, 2 or 3 days without come here to practice my English, when I back, I feel a little bit nervous, you know. I feel that my English is already rushed you know. And yeah, I need to keep the constancy, you know. I feel better. I feel comfort speaking English, but sometimes when I am without or out this environment, you know, when I back for a few moments, I feel a little bit nervous and I have I forgot some words, but you know, uh, after some minutes, I can get better. But yeah, I have this problem. I need to keep the constance, to keep the practice. It have been helping me a lot.
Yes, and I have to say that I'm afraid of return to the conversations in French because uh, I returned to Brazil last month, and since then I do not return to the immersions. In I'm here, Jesus. I need to come back, and I'm afraid. And Elton, you said that at the beginning of this conversation, you said that you more, uh, not more just because of the English, but also because of the community. So,
Yes.
how do you feel today? Do you feel it's comfortable? Is it still a little bit uncomfortable? Uh, do you consider yourself fluent? Um,
I think so. I think so. Like I said, I feel so comfortable, you know, because yeah, I said about the community, you know, and uh, I know almost everyone here, you know. I had at least 11 immersion, you know, with the guys here. Uh, Even the students, you know, the hosts, and I feel so comfortable here. I know that we are live on YouTube, but I don't think about it, you know. I just forget, and for me, it is not a problem. But I feel so calm, so chill, you know. I just feel a little bit nervous nowadays when I need to guide the immersion when I'm a host, you know. For some moments when I start the immersion, I need to get the flow, you know.
yes, to me, the beginning is also the hardest part of the immersion.
Yeah.
And what about you, Juliana? How do you feel today about the English? You said you have problems with the accents, that you do not feel so much comfortable when you do not understand. So how do you feel the about your English in general?
Um, I think I am not where I really want to be yet about my English, you know. But I really like my English because I remember one day in the past that I used to think one day I really want to speak anything in English, you know, and nowadays I can do it, you know. So sometimes I stop to think, and I really like where I am today because I could active a lot of things. You know, I can speak like I'm speaking right now. I can talk about different subjects, but I know that I really want to active a better English. You know, I want to become totally fluent. You know, almost understanding all kind of accents because you know it's something that I really want to active because I intend to go to the other country, you know, that the people that speak in English, you know, can be any country. I don't have one specific in my mind. Of course, I have Canada, but it's not just. I think don't have um, a reason, you know. So can be any other country, and I really want to have a good English to be there, or try build a good English here. And one day when I go there, I can, shape this English, But I'm gonna try build a good English here before to go. But that's it. I really like the English that I have nowadays, not because it's perfect, because it isn't. But in the past, I used to dream about speaking English, and nowadays I can do it. So I think it's more about it.
Good. Be careful because if you go to Montreal, they speak French with you.
Yes.
Are you learning French there, Leo?
Yes,
Nice. It's your
it's
main
fun.
focus or not?
Now it's my main focus.
Good, good one.
So yes, I made the test, the like IELTS. I don't know I forgot the name.
I got it.
The proficiency the proficiency test, and it's really hard. Jesus Christ,
In English?
in English.
Oh, I can't imagine.
It- yes, it's really hard. It's a totally different experience.
But
Um,
see, are you there for an exchange purpose or just to travel
I wanted
to
to live
pleasure?
there.
Oh, nice.
So, my husband and I, we went in October. We come back last month.
Got it.
So, yes, it was an amazing experience.
Good one.
And yes, and as a, as I said, I the proficiency test, and it was insane because you do not need to know English. You need to know the test. You need to know how it works. So it was really, really strange because I forgot English. I do not study grammar um, or speaking. I was totally focused on the test. So how it works, how many questions are there? And yes, it was hard, but it was good at the same
Got it.
time.
It's like a drive school, you know. You need to learn how pass the test, you know.
Mm, yes, it's
It's not
important.
like it's not like in the real world, you know. You need to know the rules to really uh, pass, you know.
Good. And Juliano said that he wants to study English to have an experience abroad. And what about you, Elton? Why do you want to learn English?
Mm, I don't know.
I don't know
Maybe
anymore. Just here.
yeah, nowadays, you know, when I was younger, my dream it was to travel abroad, to had an exchange, you know. But I had a lack of money, you know, and I couldn't do that. But nowadays, I believe that I more reinforce my English, you know, because I work in the IT area as well. I'm a software developer, and in the future, I would like to try an international career, you know. And while that, I'm here, improve my English. Yeah, I can say that my folks nowadays it can be there. That
Good. And Juliana, you said that the perfect place is Canada. Am I right?
Yeah,
Which part of Canada do you
uh,
have any specific state?
I I don't have anything because I really like to I really want to go to the Canada, but I think you don't have a specific reason, you know. I don't know why it comes to my mind. Maybe it's because a lot of people go there. So maybe that's the reason, you know. So I listen a lot of people talk about Canada, so maybe it's this is the reason that I really want to go to. But I think I don't have a specific reason, you know. I just really want to go to any country that the people there speak in English, you know. I said Canada because, like I said, come to my mind, but I don't know why, you know. Maybe it's I forgot the word. Even Portuguese. I really forgot, but no, maybe it's like a alert, you know, to me go there. I don't know. But that's it.
And Elton, uh, do you intend to learn another language?
Yeah, uh, I'm try French nowadays. I started the oh my gosh, I forgot. Oh, I mean, I am learning Spanish, but I have already tried the French, but I was focused in English, and I gave up. But nowadays, I'm starting to learn more about Spanish, and I would like to try that using English to learn Spanish, you know. So I'm searching about some channels, podcast that is someone speaking English, but teaching Spanish, you know. So I can try to I don't know among it to maybe listen the two languages at the same time. Maybe it can help you. But I don't know. But I'm try that.
Jesus Christ. Yes. Sometimes um, we use it to think that English will solve our problems, but when I went to German, and they do not like to speak English, so it's not it's a problem. We use it to think that, oh, I know English, I can travel everywhere. But it was really hard at the German. Until today, I have no idea what I ate there. Truly, I I have no idea, guys.
I
We
I
need
have
to.
already think about to learn Germany as well, the same like French, because both are good places to us, from the IT areas to work. And yeah, I had that in mind.
Good. What about you, Juliana? Do you intend to learn a new language in the
No,
future?
being sincere, I never thought about learn other language, you know, just English. I think I think since I was a kid, I just really wanted to speak in English, and I didn't have time to think about other languages, you know. I really like, for example, Spanish, Japanese, you know, but I don't know. I think I really would like to spend all of my time, you know, in the future just trying stick more and more and more in English, you know. But I don't know, maybe in the future I can, you know, try learn other language. But being sincere, I don't know, even choose a language, because I never thought about it. So my third language, that'll be, for example, Spanish, Japanese. I never thought about it, so I really don't know.
Yeah, and I have to say that I'm really angry because I always wanted to become, I have no idea how to say this in English, polyglot. So I learned English, now I'm learning French, but after, uh, depois do bilíngue tem o trilíngue, aí depois do trilíngue que tu se torna poliglota. Eu já tô cansado,
Oh,
gente.
I didn't know. For me, after two, it's become polyglot. I didn't know trilingue. It's new for me.
Yes, so I think about French and after Spanish, and that's it. I don't want to learn anything more.
But by the way, I am learning more about Spanish. I like the idea, that I can speak Spanish as well. But I'd like to travel the South America, uh, using my motorcycle. And it can be good if I can speak uh, Spanish, It can help me a lot.
Gente, que plot twist a essa altura.
Yeah, I have this crazy thing in my mind, It is one of my goal for the future.
Wow. Yeah.
Travel by motorcycle.
One friend of mine wants to use it, not a motorcycle,
Motorhome.
motorhome
I like these
to
ideas
to do
as well.
this.
But by the way, one of the things that motivated me to improve my English, to speak English, it was to become a digital nomad, Since I was young, I had this in mind. But one day, I really believe that it will happen. At least
Mhm.
for 6 months, I know that it can be hard to travel while you are working, because we know that the software developer area or profession is not so easy like that.
Yes, today my husband and I we work from home, but it's really expensive to travel and work and to rent an apartment to live for a few days. So yeah, it's hard.
Are you
So the
working
motorhome,
from are you working from Brazilian companies or not?
yes.
Oh, I got it.
So it's really expensive to have this kind of life.
I can imagine.
Guys, short time. So it
Oh,
was I loved this conversation. It was different.
yeah, yeah. It was dynamic.
Yeah. So it was good. Guys, thank you so much. And have a great weekend, okay? And see you next. Bye bye. I'll
Thank you,
talk.
Thank
guys.
you.